And there is Elma Rios. And we have head coach Crispin Lopez and assistant coach Leticia Pope. And Coach Lopez tells me that this is the 2 out of the 4 years that these girls have been named district champions. Yay. Great job, girls. Some of them may be small, but they're tough. Let me tell you a little bit about them. 6 regional qualifiers, 3 alternate regional qualifiers, February 11th and 12th at the Blossom Athletic Center in San Antonio, 95 pounds, Alexandria Marmolejo. Where's Alexandria? There she is. State alternate at 185 pounds, Anissa Abrego, state alternate. Where's Anissa? And 128 pounds, Adriana Mancias, 6th in regional. Congratulations, girls and coaches, on a job well done. Looking forward to next year.
Could we recognize the parents?
And we do have the parents in the audience of all these athletes that we recognize tonight. If y'all can stand and be recognized at this time. And I do have an announcement about our members of the San Benito High School girls basketball team. They will be honored at an upcoming board meeting. Some of the girls are busy right now with softball, and so they could not be in attendance at tonight's board meeting. But they did merit the District 32 5A champion honors and District 32 5A by-district champion honors, and they made history by this being the first time in history that they've ever done that. With under first-year coach Clarissa Redondo. So you'll be seeing them at another board meeting in the near future. That concludes the special recognition. Thank you.
For those of you that have been to a wrestling match, you know that it can be tough and competitive. So once again, let's give these athletes a round of applause and congratulations. Thank you. At this time, we'll move on to item number 6, our superintendent's report. Mr. Limon.
Thank you, Mr. President. This time, I would like to inform the board of the overnight trips that have been scheduled. We have San Benito High School Skills USA Texas Leadership and Skills Conference, March 31st through April the 12th in Corpus Christi. Have the San Benito High School Horticulture Club Entomology Team, Entomology State Competition, April the 15th through the 16th in Lubbock. We also have disbursements by organization, and San Benito CISD investment report for December 2010 through February 28, 2011. And this concludes superintendent's report. Let me make a correction. I believe that's March 31st through April 2nd. I don't believe that's April 12th. I don't think that conference is going to last that long. So that should be April 2nd. I'm almost sure of that. So that concludes superintendent's report. Would answer any questions that any of the board members may have on those items.
Almost sure. Either sure or not. I'm almost not sure.
Any questions from board members for Mr. Limon on any of these items? Okay. All right. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and move on to our school construction report, which is item number 7. Mr. Ramon.
Good evening. The new elementary, all the exterior and interior block has been completed. Steel structures have been erected in the science lab and the gym, and all the walls are currently being erected in that area. Electrical, plumbing, HVAC is continuing. The work in the parking lot is continuing. All roof products, materials are already there. All roofing materials have been delivered. Approximately 65% of the windows and the exterior doors have been already installed with their glass. And approximately 75% of the project has been completed. I was notified today by the county that the County Commissioners Court will address a request for interlocal agreement for them to do the work on the turning lane for the new elementary, and that will be taking place during the regular meeting next Thursday, March the 17th. Frank Roberts Elementary and Landrum Elementary architect is finalizing all those drawings. There was a decision made for Frank Roberts that we will go out to request proposals for the demolition first, and right behind then for the construction of those buildings. Tentatively, we're still looking for coming before the Building and the Finance Committee during the April, if not for both, at least for the demolition. We have completed all the necessary items that needed to be included in an application for a variance that we're requesting for the city because of the parking spaces. There's no way that we will be able, we don't have enough land there to be able to have all those parking spaces, so the architect should be submitting that this week. Or that has been already completed. Roof at the high school is continuing. They have done some work in wing A, B, C. Tomorrow they're going to be working on the high area, roof area by the part of the commons and the library. And we're working with them continually to find the best way to do that with minimizing interruption for the instructional program. Ms. Weaver had asked for that Tuesday of last week that they were going to be testing, that we not have anyone work there, and they did not work anything there. Any questions?
Status of moving, are we still on schedule to move the transportation or the buses over to the UTEX building, or is that kind of on the wayside, or what?
No, sir, that's still on schedule. I've met with them. They gave me a date of June 30th as a completion date for the gas station that we need there to UTEX. Okay. Everything else will be ready by then as well.
Mr. Limon, have they finished those offices at the UTEX building?
Mr. Garcia, or what's the status of those?
The final touches last minute things are being done. We have a few little paint areas and waxing the floors and few counter here and there, and that's basically it. We're pretty much through. Oh yes, yeah, we're practically ready. We could finish it by the end of the week if we wanted to. We just got a couple of guys working.
If the building committee would like, we could schedule a walkthrough once it's completed.
That's a very good idea.
Okay. We'll schedule it once it's completed.
Any other questions, board members? Thank you, Mr. Ramon. Mr. Garcia, thank you. All right, we'll move on to our action item agenda, item number 8. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of consent agenda is had, at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Under Business and Finance, item number 11038-1, request for approval of proposal on the kitchen equipment for the cafeteria at the Angela G. Leal Elementary School. Consent. Item 11038-2, request for approval of purchase of the classroom furniture for the new pod at Veterans Memorial Academy. Consent. Item 11038-3, request for approval of budget transfers. Consent. Item 11038-4, request for approval of the 2010-2011 budget amendments.